G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza and this is the Artist Showcase video series where I take artworks that I've reviewed on newgrounds.com that have been sent to me on my account, and I feature about 10 to 12 of them and pick one of them every week to be featured on the Newgrounds front page for exposure to thousands of people. So, jumping straight into it, the first artwork is by Matt JT and it's called My Dream, and it's an art piece that a portrait of himself that he did in a Dali style way for a college project, and it's quite well done. The image isn't very clear, and so that could be kind of improved, but overall it's kind of a really interesting sort of composition and a good use of shadow and just interest, really. It's just kind of bizarre and I like things that are different, so that was a good job there. Next piece is by Jerome11 and it's called Huntress, and this is his first digital art piece, if you can call it that, because it was done on an iPad with his fingers, and I've tried to do that sort of thing before and it's really frustrating, and I don't know why, but it just always impresses me when someone can actually do something that looks like they had proper tools to do it with. So I think Jerome11's done a very good job with that one. Good job there, Jerome. Next piece by artist, oh god help me pronounce this, Navneeth Dodla94 is called Connor Kenway, and this, if I ever saw an extremely well done traditional pencil art piece, this is it. It's just really well done. It's shaded and not drawn in like the line work sense, so the entire image is kind of created through the shadows and it's just astounding. Really clear use of contrast and darkness, and this artist did not shy away from using clear, thick, dark areas and knowing where to kind of stay away from that, knowing where it should be not hesitated and where there should be, you know, strong dark areas. So fantastic, awesome conveyance of texture and cloth, how the cloth sits and the way the whole image is composed. And finally, something that I come across quite a lot when people send me traditional artworks, it's not optimized very well. This piece is the opposite of that. For a traditional artwork that's been scanned and uploaded to the computer, this person did everything right. It's cropped well, the brightness and contrast is edited fantastically, and it's just optimized really well. Fantastic artwork there. Next piece by Katana Soul is called Gaige. I really like this artist's style if you go look at their other artworks, but this is a fan art from a character of Gearbox's Borderlands 2, and the line work and the way the soft colors work together, it's really nice. It's kind of got this concept art style feel of the piece, so it's quite simple really. There's not like too much detail or too much solidity to the piece itself, which makes it feel final, but the artwork itself is really nice to look at, and I like it when there is a style that just comes across really clearly and is well done. So that's a really good job there, Katana Soul. Next piece by artist Sir Roland Production is called Game of Thrones Jon Snow. This artist has made a lot of progress recently, and this is a piece which kind of shows that, and I think it's really well done. It's well composed, great use of color and balance, and it's got a really nice cold feel to it, which is fantastic. And I mean, finally, it's Game of Thrones, which always deserves brownie points in my eyes. So really great job there, Sir Roland Production. Next piece is somewhat different. It's by artist OKOSO and it's called Blog BD, and I don't think they suspected they might get featured for this because it's a background for a future website that they're going to be making, but the reason I'm featuring this is the line work is just a really great example of how stylistically lines can be clear and just clever. So if you kind of zoom in here, especially in the face, the way that the thicknesses kind of merge into thin lines and the way stylistically the lines are used to form something of a very simple image and shape into something really interesting to look at and unique is really well done. So I think that deserves a thumbs up, and it's a great example for people who want to kind of see how lines alone can really affect the style of an image. So good job there. Our next piece is by Peter Nicholson Art and it's called Playing with Symmetry. This was sent to me playfully because he said that he noticed a lack of surrealist sort of artworks in the showcase, and he's right, and that frankly is because there's a lack of surrealist images being sent to me, not for the lack of me hosting them. So this is proof of that. I'm hosting it. Ha, surrealist, enjoy. But no, I like this because it's just got this really lovely aesthetic to it. There isn't really anything I feel like like is being communicated, but sometimes art is nice to look at because it's nice to look at, not because it needs to communicate something in particular. And I think because he's uploaded the high resolution of this, I thought I'd host it as well, because I think it would make a really great desktop background. So go check that out if you like it. You can have that on your desktop. Next piece is by artist Gabriel B, and it's called Guild Wars Rise. And this is just like one of those images that you can look at all day, kind of like a Where's Wally's picture, where there's just so much to look at and it's really fun to just pick out everything. This is like that, but I guess in building form, because there's so much focus in this image, and it's really kind of astounding to zoom in and see that he's even drawn people on the insides of stained glass windows, or like every single shingle and tile on a roof, including broken ones and edgings, and the intricate layouts and placement of people and sails, stitches, bricks and planks. It's just all really fantastic. So that's one of those just really nicely detailed images. And it can also be difficult sometimes when you're drawing a detailed image, because you get so focused on the details you forget the overall composition. But this artist has been careful to make sure that the overall image, when stepped back from it and not looking at the details, is a nice image to look at. So great job there. Next piece by artist Frizzy Boy is called The Hunter Eyes His Prize, and this piece is by an artist who has improved a lot and continues to challenge themselves, so I had to feature this. They use a very nice mix of shade and highlights and challenge themselves in a way that often when people draw characters in a pose, it's the cliche sort of hero standing up or you know, like a very kind of front-on sort of thing, whereas this is a character in an environment where the camera is up and looking down. The character is in an interesting pose. There's clear use of shadow and understanding of form, and for someone who's kind of in the earlier stages of finding their style, this is a really fantastic demonstration of ambition. So really great job there. Our final piece for this artist showcase and this week's feature on the front page of Newgrounds is by artist The Damn Thin Guy, and it's called Study Time. I have nothing but words of astounding praise for this artwork. It's really clever. The asymmetrical camera view adds interest to the image. There's a really soft yet pastel sort of color tone to the background, and the characters themselves have such wonderful sort of expressions. The use of cell shading on the skin and in the hair and on the clothes, everything is just so well balanced and with fantastic detail, and the scene itself is just really interesting. I feel like when I'm looking at this image, like I'm watching something play out in front of me, and it's believable, like I'm watching these characters have a conversation, and like it's not forcing itself into people's minds as, hey, look at me, I'm an artwork. It's telling a story, and that is something that can be really difficult to pull off, that this artist has done astoundingly well. So congratulations on the front page feature. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me for this week's artist showcase. Until next time, I will see you later. Do you want me to review your artwork and have a chance to be in a future showcase video? Upload your artwork to newgrounds.com. You can send me a link by going to jazza.newgrounds.com and click send a private message. Make sure to include the word showcase in capital letters in the message title and give me a link to your piece of art. Please be considerate of my time and understand I have a lot to get through, so please only send me one image and not a whole gallery, and make sure that it's on newgrounds.com. Thanks for checking out this showcase. I look forward to seeing your art in the future.